Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk you through my financial goals for 2023 and some of the trackers that I've completed and created in my Bujo journal for this year. If you see my previous video, you know that my focus on my goals is twofold this year. So I really want to take control of my finances and kind of reduce my anxiety a bit around money, and target it a little bit better. So I have money to do the things I want, but I feel like I'm just not using it correctly and I don't feel comfortable or in control. And I think it's just because I'm not doing it right. And then secondly, I stepped away last year. I kind of stepped away from creative things like writing or drawing and sketching. I'm not particularly amazing at either, but I do find them really therapeutic and it's something that brings me a lot of joy. So this year I want to prioritize doing that which brings me joy, which is the creative side of things, and that which relaxes me and calms me down and reduces my stress, which is the financial side of things. So today's video is a chatty one. It's about me running through my many financial goals for 2023 and the trackers I've created to keep me on point with those. So without further ado, let's go to the journal. So the first tracker we have here is for the big financial milestones I want to meet. So these two are going to start off large and get smaller, and this starts off small and hopefully gets bigger. So the idea behind this is this year I want to clear my car loan, I want to save for certain things, and I want to make an extra payment on my mortgage. And each of these lines represent a value. So every time I pay 460 euros off of my car loan, I get to colour in this line here until hopefully it's all empty. With savings, every time I save 270 euros, this is towards a trip I'm doing later in the year. This will colour in one of these. So hopefully this will be full as well. And then mortgage, we are changing providers at the end of this year, which means we have the opportunity, if we save, to make an extra payment off the principal in between switching our mortgage from fixed fee to a new mortgage plan. And we won't get any of the early repayment fines if we do it that way. So me and my partner are hoping to save 5,000 euros between us in order to make a 5,000 euro payment off the principal. So every time we save 333 euros, we can colour in one of these lines. So this is kind of the basic initial tracker. The second financial goals based tracker I have is my 100 envelope challenge. I've created a video going through how I created this plus the accompanying envelopes. So you can have a look at that if you're interested. So this is going to be a big part of how I accomplish all of my quite hefty financial goals this year. It's the only savings challenge I'm going to do this year. So I'm going to try and focus in, get this done, and use whatever I have saved from this to meet my incremental goals throughout the year. And I believe once this is filled, I will have 5,050 euros, which would be amazing. So the idea is, in envelope 1 you put €1, 2 euros, etc. until you get to envelope number 100 and you put 100 euros in there. So yeah, excited to get this started. I haven't started yet, which also kind of gives me a bit of anxiety, but look, that was not the purpose of it. It's supposed to make me feel more in control. So we'll move on. But yeah, so this is what I created for that. Now here, this is the bulk of the conversation. Last year I started doing cash stuffing. towards the end of the summer, so maybe August, September, and I found it made a really positive impact on my finances. I only used the cash stuffing for joint expenses that we had every month, like food shopping, the cats, fuel for the house, things like that. So this year my goal is to cash fund my day-to-day expenses as well. So increase the envelope categories I'm stuffing in to not only do the joint items but also do my personal day-to-day expenses and see if that makes a difference. Another big change, last year I had lots of sinking funds and I felt like I had lots of money going out but didn't have anything to show for it really. So this year I'm taking a leaf out of 50 something budgets book and I am going to copy her savings sinking funds snowball method that's based on the calendar year. So that's what I've done. So here is basically my financial savings goals based on when they are due. So the very first goal I have is to save a €1,000 emergency fund, and I want that done by February. Now this is not as lofty a goal as it initially appears. So last year I started paying €50 a week into my credit union to start this emergency fund. So it's at €750 at the moment. So I'm hoping to just focus on that and get that done and dusted by the end of February, which means I can then focus on these other things. In March, I'm going on a sister trip to Venice, and I'd like to save €500 for spending money. It's my boyfriend's birthday. It's a big birthday in April, so I'm hoping to save €500 so I can do something nice to mark the occasion. May, my car tax and insurance is due, and I'm hoping that €1,000 will cover both together. And if I'm able to do that, it means that I am releasing some funds back into my monthly budget, because right now I'm paying €112 a month on insurance. So if I'm able to pay the annual fee this year, it gives me more wiggle room with my actual disposable income on a monthly basis, which would be really nice. July, my main financial goal is to save €250 to treat myself to something nice for my birthday. I have a really close friend's wedding in August, so I'd like €300. That's to get any clothing and put money in a card and spending money on the day. Now this is another big one. So September, I'm hoping to have €4,000 by September. This is for a big trip to Australia. So me and my sister are going to go halves on tickets to Australia for my parents. So this €4,000 would be for my plane ticket to Australia and half of my parents' flights, plus spending money for me as well in Australia. So that's quite a lofty goal. But look, aim for the stars and all that jazz. Mortgage, as I said earlier, we're hoping to pay €5,000 off the principal, so 2,500 is my kind of part of that, and that's by October. I wouldn't mind making an extra contribution for my pension for last year. In Ireland, you can make a lump sum payment towards your pension from the previous year until the end of October or mid-November if you haven't maxed out your contributions for the previous year, and then they issue you a tax refund. So I maxed out my pension last year around the September mark, I think. So I need to talk to the pension fund account managers and see what's the max I can pay this year to get a tax refund. I don't know if it's going to be feasible to do this, but I will try. I think it's a good thing to do. And then by the end of the year, I'd like to have cleared my car loan, which is currently, as of today, €6,800. So yeah, a lot of goals there, and they do make my stomach tighten a bit when I think about it. But I'm just going to do my best and try and get it done. I'm also hoping, I've just filed my tax return in Ireland, so I'm hoping that maybe I'm due even a small refund. That would really help me meet that first goal and knock that one out. Then I can just focus on these. So yeah, and then I've got just a little status chart here so that I can check in every quarter to make sure I'm on track for all of the items that I'm saving for, really. So yeah, that's that. And I've just continued the same theme that I've had throughout the bullet journal in general. Same colours, you know. Yeah, and that's kind of it, really. Yeah, so that is all of my doodles and trackers for my financial goals in 2023. So like I said, I've got a lot of hefty goals. My finances are kind of stressing me out at the moment. I feel like I'm trying to do too much, and I feel like this might give me the sense of control and start knocking off some debt. So that would be good. I also think there's definitely an element of lifestyle creep for me, where I just need to maybe review what I am spending money on and kind of cut back a bit. I'm hoping that increasing the envelopes that I cash stuff into to cover my personal expenses as well will cut off a lot of the fat of my spending that I spend for the sake of it and maybe don't get the enjoyment out of. So hopefully all of that will result in this being fully coloured, this being fully coloured, and this being fully ticked off. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are your goals this year? Have you tried the snowball method? Did it work for you? Also, I'll link in the description the video from 50 something budgets that kind of inspired me to do this calendar based snowball rather than trying to send little bits here and there every week. I feel much better about this than I did about my previous approach. So thank you 50 something budgets for the inspiration. And yeah, let me know if you've tried any of these. And also let me know if you've been to Venice. I'm very excited about Venice. But yeah, these are my savings goals for 2023. What are yours? How are you going to approach them? Let me know. I'm really interested to see what everyone else is doing this year. Thank you for watching and spending the time with me, and speak to you again soon. Bye.